This is just a quick catch-up pre-NBA season podcast. We just had the draft, the free agency with my good friend Andre Moore. So Andre, about to come online now. So this is the great Andre Moore. G'day, mate. How are you?
Testing, 1, 2, 3. Are you there?
I'm there, mate. Can you obviously hear me now?
Yeah. See you and hear you. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing very, very well, mate. I'm doing excellent.
Yeah, I'm just finishing up my my lunch, man. Some sausage and chips.
So less than 4 weeks until the NBA season starts. Did you know that?
Isn't that amazing?
So, just a couple of games for preseason.
Yeah.
So, mate, a lot of catching up with this, all these different changes, the draft, and then lots of trades so far, some free agent signings, a lot of interesting things, and I'll get your thoughts on some of these moves. But probably we might just sort of go a little bit in alphabetical order, perhaps. The Atlanta Hawks. Have you had a look at their team?
Yeah, I actually wrote down quite a few in my list instead of trying to write down every. Oh, what happened there? Oh, there's a list there. Oh, there you go.
So here's the depth chart for the Atlanta Hawks at the moment. You can see today it's official. Actually, this isn't quite updated, but Bogdan Bogdanovic has signed with the Atlanta Hawks, and the Sacramento Kings declined to match. So really? Bogdan Bogdanovic is also on the Atlanta Hawks.
Wait, I thought Bogdanovic was going to be with the Milwaukee Bucks.
No, that's right. About a week ago, that looked like that was what was going to happen. They were trying to get Bogdanovic with J-Ro Holiday at point guard, and then something happened, and they obviously didn't. Sacramento sort of dropped the ball, and now we sort of have a situation where basically the Kings decided not to match the Hawks' 4-year, $72 million offer sheet for Bogdan Bogdanovic, making him is officially now an Atlanta Hawk. So
wow, that is amazing. I thought it. Wow.
So that's why if you sort of go back to the Hawks, they're looking quite good. They've got also Danilo Gallinari.
Yeah, the name that intrigues me most on that list is Mr. Rajon Playoff Rondo.
Yeah, so Rondo to back up Trae Young.
Yeah, Chris Dunn too is a good pickup because he'll add some great defense at that guard position. Yeah.
Yeah, Chris Dunn. I mean, he was drafted pretty high a few years ago. Now we're talking about him on the draft night the other night, and there was a little rumor that he was actually going with the NBL. That was just a small rumor that I heard.
Oh, really? Okay.
But he's gone to the Atlanta Hawks, so that defies that rumor anyway.
Right.
But they've got John Collins and they've got Clint Capella, so they've got a fairly good-looking team there.
Good-looking team there, very good-looking team. They should make some noise.
Do you reckon that team there, Andre, makes the playoffs?
I would imagine so, especially since they're playing in what they affectionately call the Eastern Conference. Even though I think they're starting to close the gap, the East and West. As far as parity,
there still could be 6 or 7 teams that are in the East that are probably better than this team anyway, from what I'm seeing.
But time
Boston haven't done too much there. They've got Jeff Teague backing up Kemba Walker.
That was a good pickup. Mm-hmm.
They've got
a pretty small backcourt. Even with Carson Edwards, the sharpshooter from Purdue there, Carson Edwards, he's a bit undersized as well. But he makes up for it with Hart. But that's a pretty small point guard lineup there, compared to other teams. That's the only thing I'm worried about with Boston.
Marcus Smart, very good. Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum. But another addition here is Tristan Thompson at the center position.
Yeah. Tristan's going to give him a lot of effort. He's a walking double-double, they call it. Yeah, he plays hard.
Actually, he was been on my fantasy team, and I actually decided to to trade him. Actually, I traded him for.
You traded him?
Yeah, I traded him for Eric Bledsoe.
Khloe Kardashian won't be happy about that.
Khloe Kardashian and Tristan Thompson, I don't think are on good terms anymore.
No. They've actually reconciled. And,
Have they?
although she won't be. I keep up with all the pop gossip as well. And she won't be moving to Boston. She'll be staying in L.A. with their child, their little beautiful daughter.
Well, that's more gossip than I knew, so that's interesting.
Just read that earlier.
A player that I did draft, Aaron Naismith, he's quite a good scorer.
Yeah, where's he out of? What school is he out
of? Aaron Naismith. Let's have a look. He went number 14 in the draft.
Yeah.
Vanderbilt.
Okay, yeah, I remember seeing. I remember the face now. I watched the draft. I remember his face. The great thing about Aaron Naismith is his name is very close to the name of the guy who invented the game of basketball, Dr. James Naismith. So that puts him in good stead to having a name that close to our founding father of the game we love. We know and love.
Now we haven't seen too many moves. There hasn't been any extra moves yet done by Brooklyn. That's pretty much the team that we saw.
Yeah, they've got a boatload of talent already. They didn't really have to make too many moves. A lot of young.
There was a rumor of them trying to chase James Harden at one stage.
Yeah, I don't know what's happening. What's the latest on that whole saga in Houston? Houston, we have a problem.
Yeah, we certainly got a problem.
We got two superstars who are very disgruntled.
Yeah, and then we look at Charlotte. Their number 3 pick, Michael Jordan, drafted LaMelo Ball.
So LaMelo. That's very intriguing, because of the whole sideline story about, a few years ago, LeVar, his dad, making the outlandish statements about being able to beat the one and only Michael Jordan in a one-on-one. When Michael Jordan actually proceeded to come up with one of the funniest statements ever, saying that he could beat Michael Jordan if he had one. I mean, Michael Jordan said he could beat LeVar Ball if he had one leg. So, which I'm inclined to agree with him on that. Yeah.
I'm not sure. Terry Rozier might go to the bench here. Devontae Graham could probably start at shooting guard.
Who are that big guy? That big guy.
Yeah, they signed Gordon Hayward away from Boston.
Gordon Hayward was able to. That was a highway robbery. I applaud him for him and his agent for what they call grabbing the bag and getting lots of money out of the club. But I'm not quite sure if he's. I guess you can't really put a worth on what a person's worth. Well, in sports you can actually, because you can base it off of productivity and stats and whatnot. But based on that and then their record health wise, it was quite a gamble. Giving him the amount of money he got for the
good on him for getting that.
But good,
I don't know if there's they drafted Vernon Carey, that was in the second round, but
the Martin twins are both there too. Yeah, those kids actually played against my old university, Cody Martin and Caleb.
So both these guys are twins, did you say?
They played. They're very good players, very hard-working players. They actually played in the I think for Utah. What school? Or no, was it
Nevada?
Nevada. Yeah, Nevada. They both played for Nevada. My school, Loyola University, competed against them in the NCAA.
They look at the same bloody beard.
Pardon me?
They've got the same sort of beard, these guys.
Yeah, they look very sort of Middle Eastern, Middle Eastern features. Which is
so that's interesting. I like PJ Washington. He's a great player.
And you talking about Showtime? Miles Bridges from Michigan State, the same school that produced Draymond Green, and another guy by the name of Magic Johnson, I think his name. Miles Bridges is Showtime. He put on a show during All-Star Weekend in Chicago earlier this year. In the
and then Jalen McDaniels, I think I remember he got drafted in the first round.
Yeah, but we get Cody Zeller and Bismarck Biyombo. They're the centers. They're a little bit weak at that position.
I agree. I think they need to do something at the power forward centre position. But Chicago, let's have a look what they've done. They drafted at number 4 or 5. It was, who did they draft?
They were they were 4. Yeah, they were 4.
They were 4, and they ended up drafting Patrick Williams.
Patrick Williams, yeah, he comes very highly regarded.
A bit of a project, but highly regarded.
Right. Hardworking.
So
I was really intrigued on draft day watching some of the story, some of the draft picks. And
they've got Wendell Carter Jr. There's a lot of injury in his first year, I think.
Yeah. If he gets healthy, he'll be good.
And this Laurie Markkanen's been.
Laurie was someone who needs to step his game up. He's about time.
Porter. So a lot of these guys, we need to see healthy bodies. Hopefully they come back all healthy.
Kobe White from North Carolina is going to be a good player in this league.
Yeah, he was only a rookie last year, so he's got that sixth man mentality. I think he could certainly be one of the best sixth men in NBA history. If he's best coming off the bench.
All he really probably needs is a good barber, because his hair is out of control. The hair he is.
Cleveland, not too many changes yet. They just signed Dellavedova actually. So
their draft pick Isaac Okoro.
Yeah, number 5.
He's a athlete, man. Defensive. He's already on draft day. All he was talking about is the guys he wants to guard in the league, and he's already got that defense mentality, But he's also a great athlete too.
And that's the reason he jumped so high, because defense is highly regarded, and to go up to number 5, that's just as a defensive perimeter defender,
right?
As a primary, so it's quite the athletic guy. Can guard it. Hopefully they'll continue to develop it.
Colin Sexton, I'm expecting some good things from him in the future as well.
Yeah, don't know what they're going to do with Kevin Love yet, or Andre Drummond. They got rid of Tristan Thompson though.
Yeah, they picked up JaVale too. JaVale was a good pickup for them. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't realize that. So Lakers got rid of him and ended up in Cleveland. So.
Well, they did get rid of him. He actually he and Howard both kind of made decisions to move on themselves. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we would have probably kept both of them.
We'll get to the Lakers in a minute, but that's Dallas. I didn't see too many things and changes in Dallas. We know that Porzingis might be out to start the season.
Yeah. So the little cross on there is medical sort of thing.
Yeah, that means they've probably been injured recently.
Yeah. Jalen Brunson's injury. Once Jalen Brunson gets his dad played out here years ago with Adelaide, Rick Brunson.
Yeah, I remember Rick Brunson actually. Yeah.
Yeah, with Adelaide. So Jalen, his son is a great player. Played out of Villanova.
Yeah, I think Trey Burke. They just signed him to a contract.
Yeah, he had a good showing in the bubble this past season.
Josh Richardson, they got him from out of Philadelphia. They took him from Philadelphia.
Yeah, it was a little 2-guard. It was a one guard with playing alongside Simmons.
Yeah,
he was point for a little while. Yeah, when they moved Simmons to the power, he took over the point guard duties.
Willie Cauley-Stein, what do you think about this guy?
Haven't seen him much in the pros. I know I've heard, he comes from great stock coming from out of Kentucky.
Kentucky, yeah.
Runs the floor like a deer, I think, for a big guy, I've heard. Not sure.
Back in the college days, he played alongside Anthony Towns.
Yeah. Or was it Anthony Davis?
Karl Anthony Towns, I think, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
And Hooker.
I think he's a shot blocker. He's a rim protector, they call him, yeah.
He was drafted pretty high too, but I think he's not going too bad, but he's not a superstar.
Yeah.
Talking about some superstars, Jamal Murray, what a season he had.
Before we move on, Dallas, Tim Hardaway Jr., my high school, Tim Hardaway's senior, his son, he played really well in the bubble last season as well too. So I'm always rooting for him or barracking for him, to do well.
He's a great player like Tim Hardaway Jr.
He's solid, yeah. Different player than his dad. His dad was he doesn't have that crossover. It's a whole different type of player. He's more closer to a Kobe-esque type player than a Tim, whereas Tim is more in the whole framework of Kyrie's type. Well, Kyrie was like a Tim Hardaway, yeah.
And Denver, obviously, they were surprised a few people to make it to the conference finals.
Oh yeah, they were fun to watch.
A good two-man punch, really, with Jamal Murray.
And they had a guy, Will Barton, that was injured. He was injured, man.
He missed the conference finals too. So
man, if they'd have had him in the finals, man, I don't know. They probably would have got even further. Will Barton is a shot maker, man, extraordinary. Very playground type game, but he knows how to adjust his game to organized basketball. But he's got all the trick shots and very 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 talented, very fun to watch. Will Barton.
No, he's great. Gary Harris.
Gary Harris, great player. Yeah, Michael Porter Jr. is one to watch for them as well too.
Yeah, I think Michael Porter Jr. I think he's going to play starter minutes this year.
Yes, most definitely.
There might be a fair bit of small ball with him at power forward and small forward, etc. here. Probably can't go with a small team quite a bit because they don't really have to me. I mean, they've got J. Michael Green. I hope he's going to get some minutes.
Oh, JaMychal Green, yeah, that's a good pickup too. He's a power forward, yeah.
And I think Minute's son is. I think he's not too bad. I like him.
Yeah, he's gonna have to try to find some minutes for him this year.
Yeah,
Detroit, the Joker's gonna be tough here.
Detroit drafted Killian Hayes, so he may be they may have him as the starting point guard at some point.
Okay.
Pretty soon. Number
Killian,
7, I think it was.
You pick up his details? You pull up his details, Killian?
I think he was, at one stage, he was nearly going to go number 4 in the draft, ended up going number 7.
Oh, yeah. He's still a good position.
Yeah, so he's came from
Germany.
Because he was a French, he's sort of born in France, played in Germany.
Yeah, he played in Germany, but he's French born.
So they're hoping he's the next, I think he's a lefty, is he? I saw his highlights. So I'm hoping that the Pistons hope that he's a bit of an answer there, I guess. They seem to be fairly weak at the shooting guard position and small forward position.
Yeah.
They did get I think he was the number 4 pick or number 3 pick, Josh Jackson, who hasn't done very well.
No, I haven't heard much
far, but you never know. He could come out. I've got him on my team, so hopefully.
It's on your team. He better produce.
Yeah, well, that's right. Blake Griffin.
All 4 position. How are we pronouncing this? Have a go at pronouncing this. The first
guy.
That's a name for you right there.
Oh, geez, I wouldn't know where to start with that name.
Vyacheslav. What a name.
He's already played some games. So he was drafted number 47 a couple of years ago.
Average 9 points a game. That's not bad,
Yeah, well, the Detroit team need as much help as they can get. Blake Griffin missing a lot of games in recent times.
Yes.
Great player, but I actually got rid of him last year. He was on my fantasy team. I got rid of him basically for Aaron Gordon. Isaiah Stewart was actually drafted in the pick number 16 in the draft.
Oh yeah, remember that. That's it.
A lot of Isaiahs that were in the draft, and Isaiah Thomas, obviously the most famous Piston. This guy,
very hard. Another
Washington.
The first name Isaiah is very hard to spell. So many different variations on the spelling of Isaiah.
It either goes ISA or ISI.
Yes, a lot of variations.
But one signing I hope has a good season for the Pistons is Jahlil Okafor. This guy went number 3 in the draft.
He's a Chicago boy, Chicago guy. Yeah,
he played for Duke, and I signed him as a free agent in our fantasy league this year. So hopefully he'll be good.
We have Thon Maker down there as the free agent. I don't know what's going to happen with him. He has Australian ties, obviously, from Perth.
Yeah, I mean, Thon Maker he was pretty high in the draft too, number 10, and everyone expected that he'd probably be a bit further along. But it just all depends on this. Sometimes the career is dictated a little bit by the teams that you play for, I think.
Oh yeah, the big pickup for them was Jeremy Grant though, from Denver. Yeah.
Oh yeah, look at that. That's a really good backup for Blake Griffin. They could even play those two quite a bit together.
Yeah.
At power forward center, so there's a few different options for those guys, and he could play even small forward as well, especially when you look at those.
A lot of people think Jeremy was the son of Horace, who played with Michael, but he was actually Horace's brother.
Harvey.
That's Harvey's son. So that's Jeremy's Horace's nephew.
Mm.
Yeah. He signed 20 million plus, so he won't be on the standing in the soup kitchen line.
No, he won't be. Now the Warriors, terrible news with Klay Thompson.
Oh yeah. It's, but he'll bounce back from that. He's knowing the type of person he is. He'll bounce back.
So they're still at this stage. They've still got Andrew Wiggins and they've basically added Kelly Oubre.
He was the big pickup. He was a great pickup for them. Brings a lot of talent as well as grittiness to the team too. He's very gritty. He actually famously got into that was one of my intriguing notes I put down here. He got into a fight with our Splash brother, Klay, a few years ago.
Oubre did?
Yeah, they got into a bit of a scuffle, and he actually punched Klay.
When was that?
This is a few years ago. I'm not sure how long. I watched the footage of it earlier, but they've Kelly's actually apologized to him.
Yeah.
Before since he joined the club, yeah.
Now they had the number 2 pick in the draft, and they drafted James Wiseman. So it
was a very wise move, I think.
Jumped straight to starting center. They had a choice between him and LaMelo Ball, and they picked James Wiseman. So that's obviously
time will tell whether that was a good move,
Yeah, exactly. Hopefully for them, he sort of comes in and plays 24 minutes a game as a rookie would be great.
Yeah, 24 minutes would be great. Yeah.
To get some defense in there and set some pick and roll,
Yeah, Looney will give him good minutes again too. Looney's once he's healthy, he's very valuable, very handy. Kevon Looney, I think you pronounce it. Or Kevin.
I guess looking at that list there, one guy who's been a little bit disappointed. Everyone was very high on him coming out of the draft about 4 years ago. Was Marquise Chris.
Yes.
Hasn't really sort of stepped up his game yet. So look, there's a lot of players on that roster. And they've had Brad Wanamaker from Boston.
Yeah, good player, good hard-nosed, very experienced player. Played in quite a few countries around the world. Very well.
Bazemore seems to join all the different teams, and he's joined Golden State. So
another great. I forgot about Bazemore. Another great. He's actually he played with them back in the 2012 to 2014 season with the Warriors. So he's rejoined. He's very good friends with Hot Curry as well too.
So Houston, we have a big problem here. Don't know what's going to be happening. They reckon at this stage they're just going to let these guys. They just might have to start the season in Houston.
The management is basically saying, "Hey, we have the leverage at the moment. You guys, they're both on contract for the next couple of years."
Do you reckon any of these guys like James Harden and Russell Westbrook? Do you reckon any of these guys? You remember that time when Kawhi Leonard wasn't very happy in San Antonio, and he just sat out until he got traded. Do you think these guys will do anything like that, or do you reckon that they?
No, I don't think they'll do anything to that extreme, because it will. They, like I said, the club has there's all kind of clauses in their contracts, so they would do anything too extreme, it would affect the bottom line. Their money.
Yes, one thing we'll definitely see differently in Houston, we will suggest, is that they won't be playing as much small ball as they did last season. They look like they've signed Christian Wood and DeMarcus Cousins.
Christian Wood. A lot of people don't know about Christian Wood. Played in Detroit last couple of seasons. He's a very mobile, active center. You know, he's good athlete, young fella, runs the floor well, shot blocker, rim protector. Yeah, he's a good pickup. And DeMarcus, let's see how well he goes.
I'll tell you now, in the fantasy basketball league that we're running, there's a lot of interest in signing Christian Wood because he's a free agent in our.
All right, well, there you go. Yeah,
league. So
you're talented.
He's let's just have a look, and just going to have a quick look at something here. I'm not sort of involved. Don't really need him, but he's 25 years old, 6'10".
Yeah.
And he's up to $20 million in his contract value now. If I just put it onto the page here, look at this. This is what they're offering in our fantasy league at the moment. So,
what are they offering?
5 years, 5 years, starting at 3.5.
Wait, 0.5.
That's committed to a player for a long time. That's for sure.
Oh no, he may end up in the soup kitchen. Those type of offers, man.
Yeah, I'm not involved in any of that, so that's good.
Where did he go to school at? What's the name of the school he went to?
Christian Wood went to
UNLV.
University of Nevada, Las Vegas.
Yeah, the alma mater of Grandmama.
Yeah, that's the one. So Indiana, what have they done different here? They've still got Oladipo. I thought they would have traded Oladipo.
Yeah, he was a bit disgruntled as well, wasn't he? He wanted out.
Yeah. Sabonis was injured at the end of the year, so he's to come back.
The point guard.
Miles Turner, I was thinking of adding him to my fantasy team recently, but decided not to.
Yeah. TJ McConnell is the guy who's about to make he's the next guy to make that big splash because he played really well. Had a 50-point game in the bubble.
Who was that, sorry?
TJ McConnell.
Yeah. TJ Warren.
TJ Warren. TJ McConnell was the little guy played at Philly with Ben, those guys. Yeah. Yeah, TJ Warren, he's the guy.
He's nearly scoring 20 points a game at the moment. He's become one of their go-to players, especially when Sabonis is out. And Malcolm Brogdon, I've still got him on my fantasy team. He's the point guard. I just hope he
he's solid. He's
injury-free because he is very solid. They've got a lot of Holiday brothers there, Justin and Aaron.
Yeah. Yeah, all those holiday boys. Yeah, there's a lot of holidays in the NBA.
I still think they probably need one more decent power forward center there.
Sabonis is legit, but he's injured. He's injured, huh? Or
what's the latest on him? Because he's
there's
no new news on him, so I will have to wait and see what's going on.
But his expected joint. Well, you go back there. They said they had a little statement about him. Said he's a foot injury.
That was back in August, so that's not.
Oh, this is going back a little while. Okay,
yeah. So these are the two powerhouse teams in LA.
Yeah.
Now, interestingly, in the Clippers, what do you think about Montrez jumping from here to here?
Well, he's saying that the Clippers didn't want him back, so he's not like he just abandoned ship. He said they didn't want him back because he was quite vocal about Paul George
going missing.
Yeah, going missing, and then there was some team meeting that was called, and Paul stepped up. I don't know the whole details, but he apparently was trying to give some sort of pep talk, and they were like looking at him like, "Really? After your performance, you're trying to give us the rah-rah stuff?" So they weren't. Yeah, there's a lot of friction, in their locker room that needs to be addressed.
But Marcus Morris obviously stayed on. He signed a contract.
Yeah, Ibaka was the big signing for them. Serge Ibaka.
They basically replaced Montrez with Serge Ibaka, so that's not a bad swap, really. I mean, Ibaka's always been really, really good.
Yeah, he's one of the better big outside shooting big guys. So and a great, obviously big. They call him a blocker, Serge a blocker. So he's, for his
Not sure what they're going to do with Reggie Jackson. He's his free agent there. They haven't re-signed him yet. So
yeah, Lou Williams gonna have to pick it up. After all his controversy in the bubble, he has come back with a good year.
And same with Patrick Beverly.
Yeah, Lou with his heading off to the Magic. What's it called? Mr. Magic, or whatever the place, the club in Atlanta, where they had the lemon pepper. Yeah, we won't go into too much detail about it.
The Lakers. My boy Dennis Schroeder signed with the Lakers.
Let's have a look at the shirt I'm wearing here. If you get a look at that.
Yeah, is that new? Where did that come from?
Straight from LA. My brother who lives in LA, he's a hairdresser. I spoke about my brother before, Christopher, who is a hairdresser who actually likes women. He's a hairdresser, but he likes women.
Yes.
He and his lovely Mrs. Sent me and the kids a whole bunch of Lakers, Los Angeles Lakers 2020 championship not paraphernalia, but T-shirts. Yeah. So shout out to him if he ever gets to see this. Him and his girl Rachel. Shout out to them for sending these shirts to us.
Pretty cool, man. So the Lakers now, the moves they've made are sort of don't send them backwards at all. I mean, if anything, they look pretty better than the championship team that won.
Yeah, it's looking that's really good. They got two young Chicagoans on that team too. Taylor Horton Tucker, and they just recently signed Alfonso McKinney, who played with the Warriors a few years ago. Both out of Chicago.
I don't know where they're going to find room from because they've got all these. They obviously signed Wes Matthews, or got him in a trade.
Yeah.
Dennis Schroeder. Now,
great signing.
Yeah, that's a different sort of point guard to Rajon Rondo. So I think he's a scoring point guard. I mean, he nearly got 20 points a game last year, pretty much off the bench.
Right. He's not quite the playmaker that Rajon was, but he's.
LeBron is the playmaker. So you got LeBron, Schroeder, Caruso. Don't forget about him.
Caruso, man, he's the Caruso show.
Wesley Matthews, I think it's going to be good as a Laker. These two might end up disappearing, I reckon.
They might be. They might end up working at your local.
Another really, really good move for the Lakers. Yes, they got rid of Avery Bradley and Danny Green, but they've kept KCP.
I love him. His game. Dion and JR, you might see him at your local. Well, one might be at Macca's, and the other one might be at your local KFC. Now they both have. If they don't play another game in the NBA, they've had stellar careers, particularly J.R. Smith.
Markieff Morris, now he's signed again with the
Lakers. No, that was the other the LA team. Marcus, his brother Marcus was a priority, and he's actually signed back as well too. Yeah.
So they're still competing against each other.
And they get to keep in touch. The families they always tend to seem to end up in the same place, no matter which is great. That makes them both happy players. Happy players are more productive players.
I haven't sort of not reading anything. One thing that hasn't happened yet is Anthony Davis hasn't quite re-signed yet.
Yeah, there's been some talk about he and LeBron both holding off on long-term contracts in lieu of possibly picking up the big kahuna Giannis next year.
Really?
I don't think that would be fair to bring Giannis
to
that team next year,
No, they've got so many good players as it is.
Yeah, it's some parity.
The mystery, one of the mysteries for the Lakers is, will Kyle Kuzma be there or will he be traded?
Yeah, that's interesting. Kyle Kuzma.
Because there's been some people haven't liked him. He's certainly a great player. I've still got him on my fantasy team.
Yeah, I like Kyle, man.
He's going to probably get a lot better stats if he goes somewhere else.
He's adjusted the game. He's had the years.
And what about Marc Gasol? He'll probably start actually.
Yeah, one thing about Mark, I think that people think about how he's slowing down a bit. He never was a real fast, athletic sort of guy, but he makes up for it, in spades with his wiliness and his his outside shots and his tenacity. Yeah.
I haven't heard too much about Memphis in the off season. I don't think they really drafted anybody. It's pretty much the
They
same
got a lot
team.
of good young players. A lot of good young players in that team.
The same team that sort of left last season. They've got Justice Winslow in there. So he's Ja Morant, Dylan Brooks.
Yeah, Ja and what's the other kid?
Yeah, I think one this guy here, Brandon Clark, he's one of the watch
yeah,
this year.
those are my two favorite players on that team. Two great athletes.
JV's still there.
Yeah, Brandon was out of that. University? Where did he go to school at?
Is it Duke or
No, it was
Gonzaga?
West Gonzaga. Yeah, good program. Mark Few was their coach. Yeah, little Mark Few.
Now, if you ever look at the roster, the team that got to the NBA Finals, that doesn't seem to be. I can't see too many names there, but let's have a look. So we've got Dragic, Robinson, Hero. Now, Hero was drafted in the second round, I think.
Was he a second round pick? I thought it was a first.
Was it either that or a late first? He was picked. Hang on. Where was he? 13, was it?
Yeah, he would have been a first rounder. Yeah.
It was a 13. That's right, Kentucky. So.
Maybe,
it must have dropped in our TRSPA draft. I remember he dropped really like to 20 something. So
yeah, he catapulted himself into
a
great situation now.
But great, those guys are great. Jimmy Butler, what an NBA Finals.
Yeah, Avery Bradley was a good pickup for them. Getting some of the Lakers.
Don't sleep on that pick. That's going to add defense to that already strong defensive team.
Yeah, he's a pro's pro. He's a true pro.
Now Bam Adebayo.
Yeah, Bam, like AD and LeBron hasn't committed to the what do you call it? He's entitled to get the max to get maxed out, the max contract, but I think he's holding off so they can make him move with Giannis as well for next year. Yeah.
And one thing you may notice is that they did lose their starting power forward, Crowder.
Yeah, Crowder. Yeah, he moved on. Yeah, Crowder. He and his hair were out of town. It took off.
I'm not sure if they're going to add any more pieces. I mean, it'd be even a good place for some of these other guys like Westbrook.
Center position has to be shored up as well. Haslam's on the way out, and those other two guys.
I didn't think Haslam had played for a decade, but anyway.
But yeah, he's been a strong influence on in the locker room and all that. Because he's a Miami guy. He's proud. He's from Miami and all that. So yeah.
So here the Bucks, they've got rid of Eric Bledsoe and they've got J. Rue Holiday.
Yeah, but not having what's the shooter we were talking about?
Bogdanovich.
Bogdanovich, yeah, I thought he would have helped them big time.
No, it definitely would have helped them. Would have taken a lot of pressure off Chris Middleton as well.
Yeah, our guy Torrey Craig is with them as well. It's another good pickup for them defensively.
And an interesting pickup from that came from the New York Knicks to back up Brook Lopez as Bobby Portis there.
Yeah, Portis. Because New York we'll get to New York later, but they had a log jam of forwards.
So he might get some minutes, maybe.
Yeah, he will.
I've still got him on my fantasy team.
Portis.
Yeah. Minnesota, Rubio goes back there. They've signed Malik Sealy long term.
Yep.
Malik Beasley.
Yep.
D'Angelo Russell. Now, they drafted Anthony Edwards at number 1, and most likely he'll start at small forward, I think. I don't know.
Yeah, but there's been some bit of reservations towards him because he's made some statements about not really having a love for the game of basketball. Because football was his first sport. He was a junior footballer, really, really talented. And he's also talked about rapping, being a rapper. I think he likes that even more than basketball. So that's pretty strange for your top pick. But we'll see how he plays. How hard he plays.
I just had a bit of a discussion about this on draft night. We just, he's a good chance of, there's a bit of a chance of him busting.
It's very good chance. Yeah, yeah.
And the scouts get it wrong. They get it wrong too often. If he's ends up being a bust, that's scouts something as well.
So there's a bit of worry there. Who else they got? The other rest of the team, I don't really recognize any of those other names. Ed Davis is a good ball handler, a good rebounder for played with Portland a few years ago. Ed Davis.
Yeah, I still think in the front court, I still think Karl Anthony Towns needs a lot of help.
He needs what?
A lot of help.
Yeah. From the Wizard. A lot of people reckon he needs some help from the Wizard. Because he's yeah.
So the interesting looking team, the Pelicans. A few changes there. We've got Eric Bledsoe, Lon and Kira Lewis was drafted in the top 12, I think 13.
Yeah. Sounds like a name for the WNBA. Kira Lewis.
I had a feeling this guy would get drafted quite high, so he's
going to be a good player. Good luck to this kid. Yeah.
He might, but it's a bit of a battle at the moment because you've got, basically Lonzo Ball and Eric Bledsoe. Both of those guys are point guards at heart, but I think Eric Bledsoe will probably be the shooting guard. Ingram, now he had a breakout year. I think he.
Oh yeah, he's free. Yeah, has he signed a big contract yet?
Yeah, he's signed. Yeah.
Okay, so you see them down, and they got Steven. I got Steven, aka
Yeah, so the country man here from New Zealand, Stephen Adams, was in Oklahoma City for about 8 years or more. So good.
I was going to say, AKA, what's the Aquaman?
Zion, don't forget about him either. He's going to be.
Yes, the new coach is really good. That was a good pickup at the coaching position. He knows his stuff. He'll be good for Zion and company.
Now, there's a lot of questions in New York, a lot of questions about who should be the starting point guard. They've got Elfrid Payton, who've just signed a contract. Austin Rivers has just moved.
Yeah.
And Dennis Smith Jr. was drafted really high, but hasn't sort of met the expectations yet.
Yeah, none of those guys, I get excited when I see none of those names on the point guard list there.
And then there's Frank Nickel. Yeah, also drafted pretty high as well. Hasn't sort of done too much. But RJ Barrett was picked number 3 last year.
He's a hope for them. I like Theo Pinson at North Carolina. He gives him a lot of energy off the bench if he gets any time.
Yeah, I like Kevin Knox.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's this athletic guy, Obi Toppin.
Obi Toppin, yeah. I was saying, can you pull up a picture of Elfrid? I wonder if he's still wearing that crazy hairstyle he had a few years ago.
He looked like his nickname was The Weeknd because he looks like the singer called The Weeknd. I don't know if he.
Oh yeah, The Weeknd. Yeah, The Weeknd. Yeah.
So
it's all about. I guess it's all about individuality with these guys. Like anybody. Yeah.
And Julius Randle. Hopefully, he can step up and lead this team.
Yeah, he's got a lot of talent.
Mitch Robinson is a young fella. He's only 22 years of age.
Yeah, I like that. I like that forwards and centers. They got some pretty good. Yeah.
It'll be interesting to see how many minutes Toppin gets as a rookie. That's what I'll be interested in.
Yeah. They got Nerlens Knowles and Taj Gibson's a free agent. I don't know if they'll re-sign him.
I think he's gone from what I read.
Yeah.
Now, this is talk about a team that's changed a lot. Look at this bloody Oklahoma City team.
Oh man, they got about 100 first-round picks, don't they? 100 picks from all the moves they made.
So they've got SGA is about the only guy who's left from the team that was there last year.
But he's legit, man. He's legit.
He's a legit player.
Yeah.
Played a lot of small forward last year.
Yeah, he's very, very slick on the floor.
They've got the defender who played well, Dort.
Yeah, Dort. Yeah, he might step up. Yeah.
And then they've signed Trevor Ariza.
Trevor, another, yes.
Actually, he came from about 5 different trades before he got there.
Right.
Then they've got Al Horford. Now, I decided with Al Horford on this sort of team here, I think he might get some stats, so I've added him to my fantasy team.
That's a good point, yeah.
even though he's 35 or 30, I think he's 35 years old. It's only a 1-year contract, but I think he'll play and get some stats this year.
This team looks like reminds me of those walking machine. What do you call a treadmill team. They'll be moving, but you won't be going to nowhere. A treadmill team.
Orlando, Markel Fritz, #1 pick.
Oh yeah, I like his. I'm so happy for him, that kid, because he had a rough his first his first year or so in the league was a rough tumble, sort of. It was his shot and his confidence was a mess. Now he's starting to get himself sort of steadied in the league now, so it's just good.
For them to win games, he needs to play well, and I think there's going to be a lot of riding on his progression, because Fournier's been around for a long time.
Yeah, Frenchman.
And Aaron Gordon is probably the guy at power forward, and Richard center.
Those are your mainstays. Michael Carter Williams, he's traveled quite a bit. Team.
Yeah, this guy here, Jonathan Isaac, is probably a guy to watch somewhere down the track. This guy's only 23 years old.
Yeah, he got hurt in the bubble after making some statements. So kind of he didn't get caught up. He was a kid that didn't get caught up in the Black Lives Matter. He didn't really agree with the whole Black Lives Matter, not because he didn't agree with the Black Lives Matter, but it was some other stuff that went down. He was more into another angle as far as the plight of black people. So he decided not to kneel during it.
Now, what do you think of the Philadelphia? Is anything interesting there that they've added Dwight Howard at the center?
Yeah, Steph Curry. He's going to be playing for his father-in-law.
Yeah. So they got Doc Rivers. Doc Rivers the coach, isn't it?
Yes, Doc Rivers landed there. He should
hopefully. Now, one of the guys that was drafted that some of these guys are high on, Tyrese Maxey.
Yeah, he's out of Kentucky, another Kentucky boy. A lot of energy. He's also part of LeBron James's management group. I mean, he's managed by the same people that manage LeBron.
So hopefully he can get some rookie minutes.
Yeah, he'll do well, I think, in the league.
I think Tobias Harris is a good player too, mate. I think
it's time for him to take it to another level.
And what do you think of this? What do you think of what the Phoenix Suns did to get Chris Paul there at point guard?
Yeah, Chris. I think Chris has just said he could have easily went to a contending team, but
could have.
He may be able to push these guys over the edge like he did in Oklahoma last year.
And they've got Devin Booker. They've got obviously DeAndre Ayton at center, #1 pick.
Yeah, Ayton. Yeah.
Jalen Smith was pretty high in the draft.
Dario Saric is a great stretch forward. Played with Philadelphia a few years ago. Dario Saric, yeah.
Cameron Johnson had a really good.
Jay Crowder ended up there. Jay Crowder in Phoenix. Okay. Yeah.
So lots of different options there at the forward positions. Lots of options. What the right options are? It'd be interesting to see. I think Jay Crowder will probably end up starting.
Yeah, he probably will. And Ephraim Moore was in New Orleans, I think, last year with
they got. I think I can't remember if they got him or not, but yeah. So that's an interesting looking team. Will that make the playoffs? I've heard some rumours that they might.
They have a chance. They have the potential, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Portland, same backcourt. You got Lillard, Simons, and McCollum, Gary Trent Jr. Melo's back. Probably will play a lot of power forward again.
Yeah, they got a pretty good team. Zach Collins comes back too. When he gets back, really good. And his kid back there. Mm-hmm.
A player without a destination at the moment is Hassan Whiteside. Now, I think he'll probably go elsewhere. I'm not sure where, but it'll be interesting. Nurkic is there, and they've signed Enes Kanter.
Whiteside's one of those guys, the big guys that needs, those cables, the jumper cables you use, jump your. He needs a pair. You need to use a pair of those on him from time to time. Yeah, it was like Eldon Campbell when he played with the Lakers years ago. Same sort of story. guys that just kind of like sleepwalk a little bit with a hell of talent, a lot of talent.
Yeah.
Harry Giles is a guy who was highly regarded coming out of high school, but had similar to Michael Porter Jr.
Mm.
He would have been one of the top players coming out. He was one of the top players coming out of high school, but he got injured during his high school years. But he was still that good that NBA teams still took a chance on him. Harry Giles.
They've added Robert Covington there as well.
Covington was a great pickup. Another Chicago guy as well too. So that's why he's even better pickup.
Yeah,
he's out of Chicago.
So now, what we said at the start, we said that Bogdanovic is no longer there, so just ignore that. But they've got De'Aaron Fox signed a big contract.
He signed a huge contract. He got maxed out at $163 million, which is he's worth he's worth a extension they gave him.
And one of the reasons that they couldn't match the Bogdanovic offer sheet from Atlanta was on draft night they've got what could be a steal in Tyrese Halliburton.
Yes.
Drafted number 12. Some had as high as number 4 or 5.
Oh yeah, they spoke really high. Some of the scouts, NBA guys who were doing the interviews of the potential draftees really spoke highly about his personality as well too, as well as his playing ability. Just a glowing personality. He wore the most colorful draft day outfit.
Yeah, he should have actually had a briefcase with him because Halliburton is a type of briefcase.
That's what I thought. I thought it was the name of the company that not Rumsfeld, Dick Cheney, the company he worked for. Wasn't that called Halliburton as well?
Yeah.
Or something along those lines. Dick Cheney was in the Bush administration.
Yeah.
Old fella that accidentally shot his buddy on the hunting trip.
Rashawn Holmes, I think he'll start, and they got Marvin Bagley as well.
What's his story? He's been injured, huh? I didn't realize he was injured. Yeah.
So I don't think they'll make the playoffs, but they'll be competitive.
Harrison Barnes, he's a solid pro. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. They'll be competitive.
They will, yeah.
The Spurs have still got Patty Mills. DeJounte Murray is pretty good. They've still got Bellinelli.
DeMar's been shopped around a bit, isn't he?
Who? DeMar?
Yeah, it was talking to him joining the Lakers at one stage, and maybe the Clippers. He's an LA boy. He'd love to go home.
Yeah, but, so DeMar DeRozan, what's the latest on him? He's opted into some $27.7 million player option.
Oh, he's opted into it, so he's going to stay.
So
option Shams. What's this? Oh, Shams.
So that's interesting. But the guy that I drafted, number 11, Devin Vassell, going to be a good player.
Yeah.
Haven't heard much about LaMarcus Aldridge, and I think it's probably because he's been injured a bit.
Yeah. He's a solid pro.
So, but they need a lot of help at power forward and center. I think
Rudy Gay. How many years Rudy been in the league now? He's getting up there, but he's
been around
a
long time now. This Toronto team keeps getting stronger. The way I look at them, they've got some really good depth there.
Have you heard about where they're going to be playing out of this year? You heard about what city they're going to be based
at? Tampa Bay, is it?
Tampa, yeah.
Yeah.
Down there with Brady.
So that means obviously going to play all their games at Tampa, or what's until further notice?
For the foreseeable future, until all this COVID stuff gets under control. That'll be because there's some sort of conflict.
I can see a big hole here, which we'll talk about in a second. But if you have a look at the point guard, shooting guard, small forward, power forward, all those positions there look really solid.
Happy for Van Fleet. He signed a big contract.
So you got Lowry, you got Van Fleet, Norman Powell, OJ Anubis, all 4 really good guys.
Yeah, OJ.
Starter Pascal Siakam, but no center. You got Buckets left. Gasol's left.
Siakam had a pretty bad showing in the bubble, so he's going to have to.
So it could be an opportunity for Alex Len or Aaron Baines or whoever.
Oh, Baines is up there. Baines was there. Boucher may step up as well. Very athletic, big guy. Boucher, yeah.
He looks young too. Oh no, he's not young. He's 27.
Yeah, he just has that. Yeah, black don't crack, right?
He just doesn't look very old, that guy.
Yeah, because black don't crack.
And I think we're up to the last couple of teams here. So Utah.
They signed my guy
Mitchell.
Donovan to a huge contract, which is.
They also signed Jordan Clarkson as well.
Yeah, he's a walking bucket. Jordan Clarkson, he could just score. Oh, Favors Derek Favors back there. This is old. Favors.
Derek Favors is gone back. Maybe he'll start at power forward, but he could back up Rudy Gobert at center as well.
No, I'm saying he was in New Orleans last year. He came back.
Yeah, he's come back to Utah. Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. What a great comeback story. Because he was there for a long time, man.
Yeah, so he's come back to where his roots.
Yeah, I'm sure he had a home and everything there.
Ingles and Bogdanovic.
So
yeah, some guys there. Now, don't know what's going to happen in Washington. I mean, John Wall's been injured quite a bit the last couple of years.
There's been some talk about he's not happy because they've been mentioning him. Washington had been mentioning him in trade talks, and he wasn't happy about it. Now he's demanding to be traded because they were shopping him around. There may be a John Wall. What's his name? From Houston, Westbrook swap. You could hear about a swap coming up, swapping teams.
That's interesting. Hopefully something does happen. It'd be good to see if another one or two more changes in the next 4 weeks. But
they drafted who? They draft
Denny Avdija at number 9.
Yeah, he sounds like a good prospect.
Very good prospect. And I was even considering taking him at number 4 in the draft. So he was definitely on the radar. He's definitely could go either way type prospect.
They picked up Cassius Winston too. Okay, a little solid point guard from Michigan State as well. Yeah, they picked him up from Michigan State. Yeah.
Cassius Winston was he was second round.
Yeah, that's good. Good for him. Yeah.
Hey, you remember where all these guys play? That's pretty.
Yeah, I follow these guys. Committed to memory.
That's pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
So there you go. That's we've pretty much got for every team.
I know that was good. Yeah.
And so that was interesting. I think any early picks to who's going to win? Do you think the Lakers are too good again, or what was your feeling at the moment?
Yeah, until LeBron decided to take off the boots and hang them up, pencil the Lake Show into the finals, but who will be there with him out of the East? Yeah, the East is going to be up.
Anyone's guess. I mean, we had Toronto. A couple of years ago we had Miami Milwaukee. This time around.
Yeah.
Milwaukee haven't made it. Boston haven't made it. And these are two teams that probably have had good chances.
Exactly.
And those two in particular, I still think Philadelphia need to prove a lot in order to be able to jump to number 1.
Yeah, how will Doc use Simmons and Embiid? How will they be? How will they?
The dark. It's not really a dark horse, I don't think. But you can't forget about if they're all healthy in Brooklyn, they could be very dangerous as well.
Yeah, did we actually go over Brooklyn? I don't remember even seeing Brooklyn in the list.
That was one of the first teams. I think it was.
I don't remember talking about Kyrie and the possibility of the Beard joining them, trying to join up with them.
Actually, we sort of skipped over them, didn't we?
Yeah,
we went straight from Boston to Charlotte. Fucking hell.
Right. We can talk about them. Yeah, they obviously going to be.
They've got lots of good players. So they signed. So they got Kyrie Irving, Spencer Dinwiddie's a good backup.
Dinwiddie, they got Karis LeVert.
Karis LeVert, and they've got Joe Harris signed a contract.
Yeah, the big guy with the fro, the rim protector. That's Jared
Allen.
Jared Allen, yep, man.
DeAndre
Jordan. They still got the guy from
DeAndre.
DeAndre Jordan. He's still got a little
They've
bounce.
added veteran leadership influence Jeff Green.
Jeff Green, yeah, he's the most well-traveled. I think this will be his 10th team.
Yeah, could be.
So his I don't think he'll be buying a house or anything or in Brooklyn. He'll probably be staying in the hotel more likely.
And Torian Prince is another one that you probably haven't heard about in the last couple of years as much since he left Atlanta.
Torian Prince, yeah, I didn't know much about him.
He was pretty good there. I felt that he was going to go quite well, but a lot's going to hinge on how well does Kevin Durant play, and will he be? I think he's going to be. I think he's right to start the season, from what I'm hearing. Is it?
Yeah. But yeah, it's going to be very interesting to see how Durant, Katie, and Kyrie work together. Yeah, how well they work together. They'll be very entertaining, to say the least. Very entertaining. So we got in the season. What did you say? How much time? We only got a few more weeks before the season starts.
Yeah, 4 weeks. I mean, today's the 25th, and it starts on Tuesday the 22nd.
That's great. So there'll be some. What are some of the Christmas lineups you think?
I haven't seen the NBA schedule, to be honest.
The Christmas. What are some of the games you think would be great Christmas lineup games?
Hopefully they've got the Lakers and Clippers.
Lakers Clippers, you think?
If they had those guys playing.
You wouldn't go with the Lakers Miami rematch?
No, I think I like the Lakers Clippers.
Yeah, I think because of COVID, the league is stated they're going to try to keep a lot of those first games, Christmas games especially, very very local. Yeah, to alleviate travel. That's provided there won't be any fans.
I still think the NBA haven't released their schedule properly yet. They haven't I'm just having a look. They're still it's still a week away, I think.
They don't even know what's going to happen as far as allowing spectators in the stands and all that. They don't
I think it's going to be a city by city basis. I think it's.
Right.
I've heard that some of these places are going to have some fans, and then there's some places that aren't going to have any fans. Like, I'd be surprised if the Staples Center has any fans. For the first.
They're close to getting a vaccine though. On the world wide point, the vaccines are starting to close in on some pretty effective vaccines. So that's going to play a big part in what happens. If they can get that accelerated.
Yeah, I mean, I can't wait till they got some vaccines going. I mean, we had some good. Obviously, it's been great. Queensland, Victoria, New South Wales have all been pretty much COVID-free
now,
so it's been really good.
Yeah, Australia's been really good because we've been very vigilant and adhered to rules and regulations, unlike countries like the U.S. who are been very blase blah. I guess I could say about the whole thing. And it all started from the top, the leadership that we had in place before. He was very blasé.
Yeah, I'd say that it's had a lot to do with. I mean, in Europe as well. A lot of the leaders there. It's
with Europe,
a lot harder to control in Europe.
Right, because you have so many countries that are so close to each other.
Mm.
So they're very very congested, concentrated. A lot of countries in one concentrated area.
Like, I think they've done quite well in the Middle East. I'm hearing the Middle East have done quite well with COVID.
Right. Well, what about South America? I think it's pretty bad down there too. Brazil.
Brazil is as bad as the States. It really is.
Yeah.
It wasn't to start off with, but once you get a bit of a roll on.
Yeah, very densely populated places.
You got to be lucky that we're living in these countries that we live in. It's.
Oh yeah. Very
just,
lucky. New Zealand's COVID free, right? Yes.
Yeah. Beautiful day outside here. About 20 degrees today. Everybody's sweating in about 32 out there in Brisbane.
Yeah. It's pretty hot.
Humid.
The door. It's pretty hot. Hot and sweaty. We enjoyed it. Yeah.
No worries, man. I've got to probably keep going, but it's been about an hour that we've had a good old chat.
Yeah, we broke down all the teams, man. You were very well prepared, man, with all the
anything we missed on your notes? Just have a quick look at your notebook there, mate.
Well, Well, basically, I just had some paper right here. I just wrote down Lakers. You know, we'll talk about the Lakers, 80, the 80. You know, 80 and LeBron not committing to their long-term contract deals in hopes of getting Giannis.
Yep.
Howard, you know, the Howard trade to Philly. Yeah, pretty much we've covered everything. The Oubre situation, his history with Clay, MJ and LeVar possibly playing, you know, one-on-one. MJ on one leg, Opie Toppin. Stephen A's reaction to Opie Toppin being.
Oh man, what a spoil sport!
That was priceless.
It was priceless, but come on, man, he's a spoil sport. Fucking hell. They probably got the best player available, but they could have taken Halliburton, but I don't know. But
yeah, all the time will tell. Yeah, and Montrez is not. Oh, DeMarcus Cousins. Yeah, I was wondering how he'll go.
Rockets.
He's down there, and where was DeMarcus? He was down in Houston. If he'll be able to come back, you know.
Yeah, I haven't seen him for a long time since the finals when Golden State made it. He had some games there. Remember back in.
Yeah.
That's about the last time we saw him.
Covered everything, yeah.
So he's thanks for the recap. It's really good. I'll
thank you, man.
Might share this with all my fantasy guys, see if they get any insight into what we said about some of these players. But
shout out to all the fantasy guys at was it TRSBA? Is it?
That's the one. That's exactly the one.
TRSBA. Shout out
some of them were asking about where you were on draft night. They said,
yeah, sorry, I missed you guys on draft night. It was my daughter. My daughter graduated, you know, from
big high school. Lots of stuff going on at this time of the year. There's lots of things happening. So I hope all your family's well, Andre.
Yeah, you guys take care, man. Thanks a lot, man.
No worries, man. I'll share it. You'll see a link up online so people can have a bit of a look if they want.
All right. Take care. Say hi to the missus too. Yeah.
Okay.
Thanks, man.